boy. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Barely Necessities, LaughingPlace.com's Disney merchandise show with your hosts, Rebekah and Rebekah. Oh, actually, Rebekah and Rebekah. I'm Rebekah Mosley, the co-founder of LaughingPlace.com, and as always with me is Rebekah Burbank, our site manager. Hi, Becca, how's it going?
It's going. It is crazy here. Yesterday it was 70 degrees, and this afternoon it was snowing. And then all of the snow that accumulated has melted. So that's Missouri for you.
Wow. Okay, and I thought Florida had, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. That's
right.
Amazing.
I mean, it's not usually like this, but yeah.
Oh, that is okay. That is some schizophrenic weather happening. How would you dress? How do you even dress or prep for that?
Yeah, I guess just have a raincoat or something and bring a scarf, right?
Right? Layers, and more layers. Well, we're going to start off the fun today. We've got so much fun stuff. I'm excited about some of the stuff that's coming a bit later. This beginning stuff is also really beautiful. It's EPCOT posters. I know there was a wave of them earlier this year, but now we've got a few more attractions featured in the EPCOT posters.
So they didn't specifically say that this is World Discovery, but I've been calling it that based on the map. And the first round of posters was part of World Nature. So I'm sticking with that. I love all of these. I think they are incredible. I'm like, oh, I need them all.
Wow, they are nice. This is my first chance really looking at them.
Well, and I like that you've got the original attractions and then also the ones that have or are soon replacing them. And it's just kind of a nice retro callback to early EPCOT. And I've got my EPCOT shirt on.
Oh, very nice. Ooh, Space 220. Oh, I can't wait for that to finally be around, huh?
I know.
Test track. Okay. Oh, Tony Betty is interested in the Mission Space.
Me too. I love that ride. I know that's probably the worst thing for a Disney fan to say, but I love that ride. It's my favorite. And yes, that poster, I'm like, or it's actually a matted print, I should say. So
these are matted prints?
These are the matted prints. There's the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is a matted print and a poster as well. But
okay.
The poster is only available through the 30th.
So, okay.
One thing I should note about these that I don't like is that there's a $15 handling charge with all of them, no matter how many you purchase. I didn't buy them, but I put 3 in my cart and it tacked that on for each one. So probably because of how they have to package them. But yeah, unfortunately you can't get a discount even if you're buying 3 at the same time. But
I'm guessing that has to do with the nature of print on demand. I can recall previously there was a bit of extra packaging and whatnot that went into that, but I don't know. Just a guess.
Yeah.
Just a guess. Let's see. It's Earth Day, and as such, the Disney company is showcasing a variety of merchandise, including a change to the packaging for their princess dolls.
Yes, we saw this yesterday on the Disney Parks blog. It's for right now just the classic dolls. You can get them on shopDisney and at select locations at Walt Disney World and Disney stores. It'll be coming to Disneyland later. But yeah, this is all like a reusable or like a recycled cardboard paper. So there's no plastic in the actual packaging. And I think that's pretty creative. They say that you can even store the dolls in those boxes if you want, or you can, like they have displayed there, you can use it as like a backdrop. So, or just recycle it if you have no other use for it.
Yeah, they're kind of like shoe boxes, right? I mean, that's what they remind me of, a shoe box. I have to admit, I find them just a little bit on the creepy, kind of coffiny just a little bit, but I'll take the trade for the for the more environmentally conscious design. I can take the trade. And when they have the box closed with the doll image on it, I found that very, very attractive. I think it was just the particular, especially was it? I think the Belle's just the look on her face and whatnot. It just
she's like, "Get me out of here!"
Right? It just caught me a little off guard. Also, over at the Disney store, they're doing the plantable key, right? Isn't that what
Yes,
this is?
it's a key made of pine seeds and compostable paper. Am I saying that correctly? So yeah, it's plantable, and these are available complimentary with any purchase on Shop Disney while supplies last. So
that's really neat. Have you tried any of these? I've received a few of these things over the year where you're supposed to plant them and then they live and it's really beautiful. But I have yet to do it because I have a brown thumb. I pretty much kill any plant. I'm not any good at that.
I'm okay for a little while, but not for a very long time. No, I haven't done any of the plantable little packets or gifts, but I think it's a great idea, and if it's something that you're gonna be good at, then go for it.
I like your husband's remark. It better be free if you're supposed to bury it.
That's true,
right?
See, I don't know if I had the key, I might actually keep it. So, or is the whole intent that it's free because you're supposed to plant it? You know.
I wonder what would happen if you treated it more like a chia pet and just kind of sprayed it with a little bit of water and just left it. See what happens.
Yeah, you never know.
I'm so disturbed.
Over things we think about.
Over at Loungefly, there's a few new Funko Pop Mickey and Minnie designs that they've brought into various what they call cosplay items, like this cosplay mini backpack where you can do pin trading. Look, there's like a little pin window. See, you can put your pins. This part unzips so that this area you can put your pins in there, and then there's a secondary area where your belongings would go.
It's cute. I think it's a little, the pin one is a little odd to me, but I do like the design on
Flat Mickey.
Yeah, it's it looks like he got into like some printing press accident or whatever, and you know, or they're turning him into 3D, but it just didn't quite work.
A yet to be released Mickey short, right? Mickey and the Steamroller. Here's Mickey and Minnie on a backpack. The interior of this is adorable with Funko design, Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, Pluto. So cute. Red and white stripe, and then the little Mickey icons throughout as well. And then finally, the Mickey card holder. By the way, I am addicted to card holder. I love my card holder. I finally switched out from traditional wallet to card holder a few years back and never looked back. It's a great way to easily have what I need accessible, and it doesn't take up a lot of room.
Yeah, that is really cute. I'm still doing the wallet thing, but it's got enough room to put my phone in there. So that's my big thing, is I can keep all of my cards and cash and my phone in one convenient location.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't. I too often I just want to grab the wallet, so I have it separate from the phone. Let's see, Bekah. Next, we want to talk about some beautiful smelling stuff from Scentsy, huh?
Yes. So Scentsy, I don't know if everyone's familiar, but this is one of these things where they have all these lovely fragrances, and it's wax, or like a wax-based type thing. So instead of actually burning a candle, you melt there's like the light element heats up the wax, and then you just get this lovely scent throughout your home. They also have lots of different things, like little buddies where they have scented beads inside, and you put them in your car or whatever, and it smells really, really good. But yeah, they have this new True Love scent, and then of course, the new diffuser for your little wall outlet.
And Scentsy is sold through consultants like what are some other consultant brands? Bekah, my brain is gone. All that I could think of is Mary Kay, and that's
I was going to say
decades
Jafra.
old.
My mom, Jafra, Tupperware. I think if Discovery Toys is still around, Pampered Chef, I believe, is one of those things where it's trying to think all the things that my mom was into.
Yeah,
Silkata, they're no more, the jewelry company.
Weren't there some leggings that were really popular for a while?
Oh, so, like the Lulu. Oh, yes.
It was competitor to that, as I recall. But no, online, if you have a friend who's a Scentsy consultant, be sure and ask them what they offer in the realm of Disney, because there's a lot of really cute, like Bekah was saying, some plush characters and whatnot, along with the now Princess collection. And I'm sure that means we'll have more. Oh, see, even Kyle knows what we're talking about when we start talking about various brands. So let's see, Bekah, we're going to start talking about, I'm trying to share my screen appropriately, and we're going to talk about NFL stuff. The Disney company is teaming with, I'll let you share while I try and figure it out.
Sure. It's junk food collections, and the NFL and Disney have teamed together for a NFL by Junk Food Disney collection. And they have 3 different styles. There's Mickey Mouse, and then there's, well, actually 4 different styles. Mickey Mouse, there's the Empire from Star Wars, and then the Rebels from Star Wars, and the Avengers. And unfortunately, my team isn't on there. They don't have the Browns. I didn't notice the Cowboys either, but a lot of the popular football team colors and names are featured on these different shirts. So, yeah, they're fun. I actually really, really like these. They're unisex tees, so everybody can wear them, and they'll be cut a little bit larger, a little roomier.
Now, my friend Anita was saying that if they'd, much like you, she's a Browns fan, and she was saying that if they'd had Browns gear,
she'd be all over it.
She'd been there, but they didn't have her team. I have to admit, I'm not digging the Rebels in the colors of my favorite team. This isn't my favorite team. I just picked it because it's an interesting combo. But in my favorite colors. But hey, it's Han, Leia, and Luke.
They said it was the Empire Strikes Back, but that's definitely not Empire Leia. So.
Oh, I would agree with you. That's interesting that they framed it that way. And then it's got the little dolphin logo in the bottom. And then for the Empire, you've got Boba Fett, Darth Vader, and a Stormtrooper. Now, see, this I can go with Empire, right? So because I can be like, okay, I can buy that we're looking at Empire Strikes Back era. So yeah, but no, it's interesting that they from the other one. But
I mean, I guess that's her more iconic look, but.
You know more Marvel than me. Who's center back?
I think that's Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
I think we got Hulk, Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America.
But I would buy this one, and that's the one I would buy too. I would buy Mickey with the fleur-de-lis of the Saints. Yep, doing his best impression of Drew Brees. I would enjoy that very, very much. The retired Drew Brees, but. I guess since we've been talking Star Wars, I guess we should probably bring on Laughing Place's resident Star Wars expert, the editorial content director, huh?
I wholeheartedly
Star
agree.
Wars. Hey, Mike, welcome to Barely Necessities. Oh, I think I've muted you. Hang on. Oh. Are you there yet? I think there's a mute on it. No worries. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
Now, as I recall, you're not a big football watcher, so even though you adore Star Wars, you would not have need for an NFL Darth Vader t-shirt.
No, nor do I really get the connection. Is there a lot of overlap between those two things?
Right? Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting call. We'll see if it expands beyond, because it's really a limited selection of teams even available. It's not even, and like Bekah was pointing out, the Cowboys aren't even among them, and that to me is one of the big brands when I think of the NFL. So it will be interesting to see where the junk food clothing things go. But Bekah, I will let you introduce why Mike is here.
Yes, Mike is joining us today because fun.com reached out to us and asked if we would like to sample some of their Star Wars themed products. And Rebekah, you actually had the idea to include Mike. So I wish I'd been the generous soul, but yeah. So we asked Mike if he was interested in any of the shirts, and
you picked a Mandalorian, right? Yeah, check it out. Look at that with the nice sun and the silhouette of Din Djarin and the child hovering in his little hover pram. I love it.
Yeah, it's a cool one. I wore that to Downtown Disney today.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad you were able to put it through a bit of paces. I wanted to ask you, Mike, fun.com is showcasing a few upcoming items, and I'm going to run it by you and see if it's something you would add to your collection.
Okay.
Here we go. I can guess, but we'll see what it is.
All right.
Here we go. And I'm hitting the share button and nothing's happening. I see why. Ta-da!
Oh. I actually really like that. That's pretty funny.
I thought that was pretty cool.
That if we had a fireplace, that would go right in front of it.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm into it.
It's too funny. I have to admit it. It caught me off guard when I was scrolling through what fun.com is getting ready to bring to us. This is a furry wampa rug, in case you were unaware, and here's a little kind of angle from the floor. You can see the horns on either side of its head, as I recall, correct?
Yep.
And it's
I wonder what my cats would think of that. Now I'm trying to picture them.
Would they? I may have to find room for it in my house. My husband has said that he's interested in it. Also from fun.com, they have a Darth Vader tree topper on its way, and the lightsaber even lights up.
It's pretty dark. It's pretty dark if you want Darth Vader on top of your tree. He's hardly an angel. Boba Fett sunglasses.
Yeah, see this here. Let me click it over so you can see. There you go.
Would you wear those?
I don't think so. Somewhere we have similar things from Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know where they came from, but one is like Rocket Raccoon, one is Groot, and one is Star-Lord that look just like that. I don't remember where we got them from, but it's a similar idea.
And down below in the description, there'll be a link to the Laughing Place article that showcases the t-shirt that Mike's wearing, along with some other items coming from fun.com, including, this is coming soon, an inflatable R2-D2 costume, so you can become R2-D2, I guess, as the holiday seasons begin to come around. People are beginning to consider what they're doing for Halloween, but these are what caught my eye when I was first browsing the items. The child, as realized in sneaker form. Bekah, would you wear these?
I would. Not everywhere, but I would definitely wear them. Mike, what about you?
No, not really my style. I do have Star Wars shoes somewhere that have a bunch of the different ships on them, the spaceships, but these don't appeal to me.
When I see these, I think of how they would be impacted by like black light. If you were on, like, I'm envisioning like Peter Pan, you'd be like radiant. You would be your own moon going through Peter Pan. So yeah. But let's see, Bekah. Hang on just a minute.
While we're still browsing, Mike, do you? How does the shirt wear? Is it comfortable or?
Yeah, it's really nice. It's really soft. The fabric is really, I don't know, it's not like abrasive against the skin.
Is
And
it
it's just,
is it typical? I mean, it's a pretty typical t-shirt because this fun.com is new to me as far as websites go.
yeah, I don't know. I really like the design and it's very comfortable. I really have no complaints about it.
Cool. Yeah, of the shirts that they showed us, we amongst ourselves we were just talking about what we liked, and everybody picked the red Mandalorian. So this was the clear winner of their current selection. But
Sorry, I had to mute for a moment. Let's see. Since Mike is here, we thought we'd get him to talk a little bit about Vader Immortal as well. So, Bekah, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to duck out for just one moment. So I'm gonna let you and Mike talk, but I'll be right back, I promise.
sure. So, Mike, I don't know if you were familiar with this, but there's a special retail edition of the Vader Immortal coming this spring. I guess was it not previously available for PlayStation? It was just the Oculus. Is that
Well,
correct?
to my recollection, it first came out on Oculus, which is where I played through it, and then it came out on PlayStation VR, but you could only download
Okay.
it. And I think retail edition means you can buy it in the store.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's probably, is it on a disc? I guess that comes in the. I don't know. I'm
Well,
so. I feel so behind on technology, but it seems like the
well,
disc thing is.
you've at least used VR. The last time I used
Yeah.
VR was like I don't know how long ago.
Yeah, I got a VR headset to play that Vader Immortal, and I really liked it. But the more recent one, the Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, kind of made me sick. It makes me
Okay.
gives me motion sickness. But yeah, Vader Immortal was great.
I actually watched some cut scenes and player video of the second title you were talking about, and I can totally see where if I was kind of in an immersive environment with that, it would get a little bit nauseating. So yeah. Bekah, I would. Do you want to talk about Mike's trip to downtown Disney?
Yes. So I guess I'll just introduce really quick that earlier today, Disney Springs tweeted that they're at Marketplace Co-op. They have this new Harveys Disney Play in the Parks collection. They didn't say anything about it being available at Disneyland, but Mike, you spotted it at the Disney dress shop, and there's also a dress. Is that correct?
Play in the parks, yeah, yeah, that jumped out. Whenever I walk past the Disney dress shop, I always peek in to see what that center display is because they'll always have the new stuff there, and it always gets like retweets and stuff. So I waited in line to go into that shop and took these photos today. But yeah, it looks like sherbet
It
colors.
does.
I don't know. It's a fun dress, and the purse is nice too. And you guys were asking if the dial actually spins, which it
Mhm.
does. But I was surprised to see it's like weighted, so it's always pointing
Always in
down.
the
Like you
down
can't just
position.
spin it.
I still
Um,
say you just. I think you set it on a table and then you be
yeah,
good to go. Don't
yeah,
spin it as you're walking around. Don't always
right.
point on, right? Yeah. I like the
Uh,
way that they've incorporated the opening years of the parks into the design. You've got the Disneyland Park in the 1955, and then the California Adventure and the 2001. And then Bekah, am I right that this similar design then is also on the East Coast? So you would have the four parks
yes.
with the dates on it.
Yes. So some of these they made it to Shop Disney, but they sold out almost immediately. So we did write about it. We still have links. Hopefully there'll be something that's back in stock. But yes, they have the four different parks, and then of course the Disneyland one has the two different parks. And then there's also a tote bag that shows both Disneyland and Walt Disney World, some of the attractions from both of those locations. So there's a really cute like keychain almost attached to it that has like an e-ticket and a Dole Whip and a Mickey bar and Mickey ears. So yeah, it's very very cute, but something that you'll have to go get in the parks because it was not long on Shop Disney.
That's what a friend and I were speculating was if you would have better opportunity to get a hold of it once you're able to go inside of a Disney theme park. If we'll see a few more of these Harvey bags pop up there.
Mike, did you see anybody buying any of these?
No, but it definitely caught the eye of everybody who was going into that shop. And when I first got there this morning, the line for the Disney dress shop was pretty long. It like winded around that corner where the entrance to the Grand Californian is. But I went down to the end and came back, and I was able to wait and get inside.
And then, we were saying there's different rides on there, and the Millennium Falcon, and I think the Matterhorn.
Yeah.
I'm trying to share the other. There you go.
Oh yeah.
That's the image I was trying to pull up for you, Bekah, as you were talking about it. It's got the icons from the various parks on both coasts, along with the zipper pulls that you were describing, the ice cream and Dole Whip. Cute stuff. I hope that there are more of them on the way, even though we've seen them sell out so fast at Shop Disney. It's a very cute design, and so I hope more people have a chance to bring it home. While Mike was at Downtown Disney, he also spotted a bunch of really I thought gorgeous and adorable as well. Disneyland Hotel stuff. Is this just new to me, or was this something new to you as well?
It actually jumped out more to Tony, who was hosting the stream with me, and he asked me to go back and take these pictures. Otherwise, I probably would have bypassed it. But I did think it was neat as well. So I don't know if I had seen it before. I don't think so.
I feel like I saw a couple of these items just before, but it's hard to know sometimes, with the shutdown that happened, if it had been out for a while before that, or if it happened just before, or, that kind of timing. It's like a year's kind of just disappeared. They also have some merchandise to celebrate the 65th anniversary of the hotel. Got the adorable fedora Mickey. Some beach towels. Minnie with a neckerchief.
Oh,
cute designs. These look familiar to you, Bekah?
I haven't. No, not particularly. But I'm much more into the Walt Disney World side of things than Disneyland. Sorry.
And then Mike spotted the Trader Sam's stuff.
Yeah, I have a lot of Trader Sam's stuff, but this is all ladies wear, I think. And if I were the type of person who carried a purse or a handbag, this next image would probably be the one that I would go for. It's pretty neat.
That is really different.
It is different.
Pretty cool.
I like it.
A little cheeky hut purse.
It's like, you can have it as like a decoration, and then you just make sure you grab it before you leave the house.
There you go. You'll enjoy your tiki night.
Mike, do you have tiki decorations in your home?
No, but my living quarters are cluttered enough to be a tiki bar.
Well, I suspect you may have some of the merchandise that one would find in this shop. And you said it didn't even have a wait today.
Yeah, I walked right in. You know what? It had been a while since I had gone to Downtown Disney. And the last time we went to Disneyland Resort, it was for the Touch of Disney event at DCA. So I was used to, before that, having to wait to get into the Star Wars trading post. But this morning, it was just a walk-in. So I think the novelty has kind of died down about that location, which is fine. It was mostly stuff that had been there before. This Pez dispenser jumped out to me as new, and these are the new retro collection Mandalorian figures from Hasbro under the Kenner brand. With
these images that Mike tweeted, I noticed that the edges are scuffed. I hadn't noticed that they kind of have that detail in the printing on the package. I thought that was a clever idea to retro.
It's like a pre-washed T-shirt or whatever, like what they do with the
Is it weird to anybody else? I mean, and I mean this in a good way, like knowing that the Mandalorian's only 2 years old, or a year and a half old, but seeing this stuff that's like reminds me of my childhood. Is it weird to anybody else? Like a little I don't know what term is that I'm looking
Anachronistic.
for. Yeah.
a little anachronistic.
Yeah. I think that's what they're going for, but I do think it's a clever idea. They kind of stole it from Funko actually, because they were doing these figures called the retro reaction figures, which was like they had like Back to the Future and the Goonies and stuff, but they were action figures that never got made in the 80s, but they made them as though they would have looked in the 80s. And now kind of Kenner and Hasbro have kind of stolen that for Star Wars.
I think it really shows they know their marketplace, because I feel like The Mandalorian is deeply connected with the grown-ups who would have had these toys, and so I think to market them in a way that feels nostalgic is a clever nod to who's connected with it. So we'll see. I mean, honestly, I have a harder time envisioning Rey or BB-8 in this type of packaging.
Right.
They may have done it, but it's just, I don't know, for whatever reason, this didn't, until you mentioned it, it didn't really even kind of dawn on me that it makes no sense to have retro nostalgia for The Mandalorian. I feel like it's always been there, even though.
Well, I think the reason for that is that they tried to recapture the aesthetic of the original trilogy with The Mandalorian, whereas with the sequel trilogy, they were, I mean, also they were going for that retro feel, but I think, with the look of the First Order and stuff, it also was like taking that aesthetic into the next generation or whatever, if that makes sense.
No, totally does. Well, let's see. I think that's all we have for Mike. Do you want to stick around, Mike? Or you? I know you have lots of stuff on your plate at Laughing Place. You're welcome to hang out. We do Sensational Seven and a quick hit shopping list. But if you need to run, we appreciate you stopping by.
No, I'll stick around if there's stuff that I can comment on. I don't know.
No, we welcome more banter. It's fine. So next up, we have the Sensational Seven. It's the ridiculous part of the show where I organize a list of 7 items very loosely based around the 7 dwarfs. And this week I've chosen the Mickey icon, and I'm going to start off with the dwarf Sleepy. He would be very well familiar with or very concerned about the kinds of things that can happen when one falls asleep, such as during The Sorcerer's Apprentice when Mickey falls asleep and the brooms do their magic of nearly drowning him. So I picked the Sorcerer Apprentice bow icon shirt. For Happy, I went with this icon graphic text. It has things like, oh boy, park bound, feeling magical, time to Disney. These are all happy feelings. See, Mike, this is what I do on my other show. I'm not quite as zany over on Star Wars. For Grumpy, I picked the prickly pineapple. It's a Mickey Mouse tea, but it's a pineapple. It's prickly. You have to be careful. It'll poke you. Kind of like a grumpy person, somewhat. Let's see. For Dopey, I just went with sparkles. Like his eyes with the gems, all glittery. We went with a confetti t-shirt, confetti icon, sleepy, happy, grumpy, dopey, sneezy. Sneezy. I chose flowers that don't make you sneeze. This is a beautiful floral icon necklace by Rebekah Hook. Bright and colorful. It's actually quite large if you look at the images that they share on the Shop Disney. It is not a very subtle piece, but it has the butterfly and flowers. Bekah, is this something that you would add to your collection? I'm torn on this, honestly, but is this something you would add to your collection?
I don't think so. I would, I can't see myself, or it doesn't really match with my wardrobe, but I do think it's lovely, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure the size. I tend to wear smaller items, so that's where I'm kind of torn on it. But I like the overall notion of the bright floral palette with the butterfly and the flowers. But and then for Bashful, I went with the monorail icon Mickey. It's it's Mickey, but then it's also a monorail, and the monorail is like a bit subtle. So I try and kind of highlight more subtle things when it comes to my pick for Bashful. Mike, the Mickey icon here. What do you think? You like the monorail rainbow merchandise that's come out, or not your scene?
I would be scared. It looks like the monorail is gonna be inverted, and there's
Oh,
really
see,
no like restraints when you ride in that thing. You're just flopping around inside there. That's my thoughts.
Have you ever played the game when you're riding the monorail? I'll ask Bekah too. Where you can't right now, of course, but usually, like back in the old days, if you had a monorail with a bunch of friends, you could each like position yourself around the pole, and you would hold your hands in a circle around the pole, and then the monorail would start, and you would try not to touch the sides of the pole. And because your friends are varying heights, right? Like Doobie's hands could be well above my hands and whatnot, so you could share pole, but you would try and position, and you would see who could last the longest without bumping their hands into the pole. Am I alone? I'm alone.
Never heard of it.
I never did that, but we did monorail surfing at Walt Disney World all the time. So if we were the only ones in the car, then we would, see who could get in that surf position. You try not to touch anything, and can you stand up the entire way? Can you curve with it? So.
My husband's chiming in on the necklace. He likes it. So okay, apparently I'll be adding a necklace to my jewelry box.
That's the real. Your husband called. He said, "Buy whatever you want."
Right. And then he calls it monorail operation because it's like the metal, like touch the sides. That's what he called it when we would play that ridiculous game. So yeah, I was trying to think of what other kind of ridiculous games one could play in the theme parks when you go way too often, but none others are coming to mind. Lastly in my list is Doc, and it is Earth Day, Earth Month, Earth Week. So I am highlighting the Be Kind to Our Planet. That feels like a something that Doc, the leader of the conglomerate, would remind the team that it is Earth Week. And that's what we used to do. My husband's chiming in. You would wear white gloves when you went on Space Mountain because of the black light. Then your hands would be highly luminous, and so you would see just all these hands going through Space Mountain. Yeah,
that sounds fun.
Yeah, the wacky and wild fun that annual pass holders have when they go to the park.
We used to try to spot adult males wearing Mickey ears, which was very rare. And here in Southern California, I don't know what it's like in Florida, but a lot of women wear them, but men very rarely, and you would get a lot of points if you saw one.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. I like that one too.
Was there a prize at the end? Like whoever had the most points or the fewest points had to buy the Dole Whips for everybody?
No, I don't recall any prizes. I did make a Star Wars Galaxy's Edge crossword puzzle for my 40th birthday party.
That's cool.
I'm still sad we didn't get our invitation till a month later. Do you remember? That was not on you.
Yeah. There were a lot of problems with the post office.
That was on the postal service.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm sorry about that.
No, that was, like I say, it was on the postal service. But I think it was back, honestly, I think it was back when there was the Santa Clarita fire. And the postmark was Santa Clarita, so I wondered if kind of all of the insanity that was going on with that at the time, that's why it didn't make it to us. But see, now I have you send me the crossword puzzle I didn't get to play, so I can like check it out.
Oh yeah, I've got it somewhere, I think.
Yeah, I'm enjoying
I'll
that.
play it too. Yeah. Is it really tricky?
Well, that one I did have a prize for.
Do I have to do it in Arabesh, or is it in
It's
English?
not in Arabesh, but the invitation was in Arabesh.
Yes, it was. It was a little tricky trying to figure it out. I was able to deduct most of it without having to look it up all of the letters. But like the numbers, I think, were the trickiest thing for me. I was like, I don't understand.
What's funny is there's two different versions of the numbers in Arabic, and I intentionally chose the one that was more difficult to decipher. Because there's one version of the numbers that looks like the numbers that you would just see, like the numbers you're used to, and then there's a numbers that it's like 4 little boxes in the corner is a 3 or so. It's like it doesn't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like yeah. But I had this thing called the Screaming Saber, I think, which was a toy from Hasbro that I got for free at some event that I gave away as the prize for the crossword puzzle to my friend David, who was the one who completed it first.
That's
Oh,
so cool.
awesome. That is so fun. So fun. I can't wait for the parks to be reopened. I mean, I know it's around the corner, but like even more open, because it's going to be very reduced attendance and reservations. I'm looking forward to a time when we can more casually set up events like what Mike's talking about, where once again we're like, hey, it's my birthday, can everybody come on out? We're gonna go hang at Disneyland for the day. I am eager for the return of that kind of socialization, casual gatherings over at the Magic Kingdom. Kyle, so basically, you're saying you didn't really want people coming to your birthday party.
Oh yeah, he's probably right. I was more interested in making people scratch their heads than actually attend.
I mean, it was fun deciphering it, at least for me. It was just difficult enough that I was like, I enjoy this, but it wasn't frustrating.
No, it was a hoot. It was really fun.
My favorite thing about that was that I sent one to like my dad, who knows zero about Star Wars, and he was just like, "What did you send me? What is this?" And then my stepmom, I think, actually like deciphered it, but by like using, she didn't go and find the Arabic translator or anything, but she figured out like which letters had to be which and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like cipher,
the old cryptogram puzzles. Yeah. Cryptogram puzzles, is that what they were called? I remember my mom used to do those. And you could see she would fill in certain letters that were, what I call the Wheel of Fortune constants. Right. You know how repetitive those are. So yeah. Oh, hey, Bekah, should we get to your shopping list and wrap it up here?
Sure, let's do that.
Okay, I'm going to highlight Bekah's shopping list. These are all the things that we didn't talk about, but you can learn more about at Laughing Place.
Yeah, there are some new, there's no pre-orders yet, but Star Wars, the Clone Wars figures are joining the Black Series. And so there's 4 figures. There was an exclusive on StarWars.com today, so go check that out. Those look really great. There are some Marvel by Adidas X-Men soccer cleats. So if you're into soccer and you want to, support the X-Men, there's some fun shoes for you. The Funko Soda Prince John from, of course, wow, I'm totally blanking on the name. Thank you. And then we have had some Disney Foods keychains like popcorn and the kitchen sink sundae. So those are at Epcot. And then
the staff had way too much fun with.
Yes. Yeah. And then we posted today about the Hallmark Dream Book for 2021. And they have some Disney and Star Wars figures and like Hocus Pocus is in there as well. There's some really cute Mickey stuff. And then there's some Star Wars A New Hope figures as well.
Oh, very nice.
Do you like A New Hope as the name for Star Wars, or are you of the school that's like, nope, it's Star Wars, and then it's The Empire Strikes Back, and then it's Return of the Jedi?
I probably do call it the original Star Wars film more than I call it A New Hope. So I guess that probably answers the question, but I also don't mind A New Hope as the name. I don't know. It's fine. It's been like that since I was 2 or something, so it's not really that big of a deal for me.
Yeah, no, I've always known it as A New Hope, but I know some people are like, no, it's actually Star Wars.
Which camp do you fall in, Bekah? Do you have a passion about it?
Not really a passion, but I'm prone to A New Hope.
I feel like I'm prone to. No, I don't know. I think it depends on who I'm talking to. I'll cater my language to who I'm talking to. Whether I say Star Wars or I say A New Hope. I think I might say Star Wars A New Hope. I don't think I just say A New Hope. Did you see A New Hope playing on TNT last night? I don't think I just toss it out like casually, like as if it's the title.
I think the phrase "A New Hope" is the least Star Wars title of all the titles because it doesn't have any Star Wars words in it.
Yeah.
So I think if you were making that movie today, you wouldn't call it that. It would be something else. That's, I think, the nitpick I have with it.
I think we should all just call it Chapter 4. We should all just call it Chapter 4.
Yeah.
That's Star Wars. Oh yeah, 4. I know some people who. Oh well, this is Chapter 6.
Yeah, just call it Chapter 4.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I didn't even think about that, but you're right. None of the words in A New Hope are Star Wars words.
When the sequel trilogy was coming out, I had a friend and my friend and I would try to predict what the titles were going to be, like based on the words they hadn't used before.
Okay.
And of course, we failed with The Last Jedi because there was Return of the Jedi, then there was The Force Awakens, and The Last Jedi. But we thought we were trying to figure out, like, I don't know what words like hadn't shown up in a title yet that were like very Star Warsy. Yeah, this is nerd talk. You're right.
It's okay. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Me too.
I am a nerd.
Like Republic hasn't been in a title of a movie yet, so they could do that or something like that, you know.
Yeah, I see. I can totally see that.
It is. It's one of the things that's kind of fun to do as a Disney fan. Whenever there's a decade or half-decade celebration going on, what conglomeration of magical and place or dreams, or what are we going to experience this celebration of, and then kind of fill in the magical dream blanks here and see what we're going to have. So yep, that's what fandom does. We get to do that with all things. Doobie has Star Wars 9.
Oh,
I think it's in 2 A's, but it's okay. He tries.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for this week's Barely Necessities. We are here Tuesdays at 4 o'clock. Later tonight, you can join us here at Laughing Place, a YouTube channel, for Disney Trivia Live. I do not know the topics. My husband didn't share them with me. If he wants to share them here, he can. But otherwise, tune in at 7:30. Be surprised. This week, we've got lots of live content coming to you. We are live at EPCOT on Wednesday. We have Marvel Time, which is a discussion of what's going on in the world of Marvel. On Thursday, we're going to be live from Disney's Animal Kingdom because it's Earth Day. Where else would you want to be but Disney's Animal Kingdom? So for now, that's it from Barely Necessities. Let's see, I'm checking to see. Oh, Doobie says the topics are Disneyland Water and MCU. Say what? And I don't know why.
Hey, this water bottle's full of Disneyland water right now because I filled it at one of the water fountains down there. Ooh. By the way, Disneyland Resort, water fountains are still open. Universal Studios Hollywood, not so much.
Should we start selling Disneyland water?
There we go. I'm hoping that by next week I have more information about the SeaWorld retro merchandise that they keep teasing. I think it's beginning to pop up on their website. I'm hoping that we see a little bit. This is from my Ancient of Days, so you can see it's all rusted on the back because it's from my collection from over the years. But I've got my little SeaWorld with the rainbow and the stars. So I'm eager to see what kind of retro icons from SeaWorld's past we will get to enjoy. We've been treated already to Universal Florida and Universal Hollywood retro collections, which I will be picking up some of when I head down there in a week. I'm very excited. So I guess that's it from here. You got anything else, Bekah, before we sign off?
I don't. So, thank you, Mike, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Yeah, you should go to fun.com. Is that what it was?
Yeah,
fun.com. And go buy this shirt.
Yep, there you go.
I got it for free.
And if you're looking for more Star Wars discussion and a celebration of Lucasfilm's 50th, Mike Celestino has Who's the Bossk podcast, where he's talking about all that good, fun stuff. Lots of geeking out over there, I'm sure.
Yeah, this week is Return to Oz with Alex. It's a fun discussion.
Oh, very nice. Ooh.
And I was on last week, so if you want to rewind just a little bit.
Oh, what were you talking about, Bekah?
We
Refresh
talked.
my memory.
Well, we did it for movie club, but we talked about Caravan of Courage, the Ewok movie.
Oh wow. Okay. Fun stuff over at Who's the Bossk Pod. You can find links here at laughingplace.com. So until next time, we'll see y'all real soon. Bye for now.